the September 13th, 2018 meeting of the Parker Planning Commission to order at 7 p.m. Please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call. Absent is Eric and Richard. Tracy is seated for Eric, and Kim is seated for Rich. All other members present. Are there any additions or deletions from the agenda?
No, sir, there are not.
Okay. Approval of minutes. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes from July 26th?
No, sir.
Do we have a motion?
I move to approve the July 26th minutes.
It's been moved by John, seconded by Ileana, that we approve the Planning Commission minutes from July 26th. Signify your approval by yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Now, item number 7A. It was 7A and B, right, Bryce?
Correct.
Okay, 7A and B is a public hearing on a bill for ordinance to amend section 13.04.210 of the Parker Municipal Code concerning temporary structures and uses, and a bill B, ordinance number 5.74.2 to amend this section 6.06.050 and section 6.06.100 of the Parker Municipal Code concerning unlawful acts and penalties related to stage 1 and stage 2 fire bans. We will open the public hearing at 7:02. Bryce?
Thank you, Chair, members of the Planning Commission. As noted, items 7A and 7B will be presented together tonight. The Planning Commission typically only makes recommendations on Chapter 13 of the Municipal Code, the Land Development Ordinance. In this case, staff is also presenting changes to Section 6 of the Municipal Code, the Health and Safety section, because the proposed changes are so closely linked. The Land Development Ordinance allows for fireworks stands to be reviewed and approved as a temporary use. These fireworks stands are applied for in May or early June before temperatures heat up and fire risks increase. Currently, fireworks stands are allowed to continue to sell fireworks even when a stage 1 or stage 2 fire ban is in place. This has caused confusion in the community and complaints from our residents. The purpose of ordinance number 3.01.115 is to authorize the planning director to deny an application for a temporary use permit for fireworks stand or suspend a permit that was issued for a fireworks stand when a stage 1 or stage 2 fire ban is in place. The purpose of ordinance number 5.74.2 is to make the purchase or sale of all fireworks in the town unlawful when a stage 1 or stage 2 fire ban is in effect, including fireworks sold by fireworks stands. Staff recommends the Planning Commission recommend that Town Council adopt both ordinance number 3.01.115 and ordinance number 5.74.2. Two motions will be required, one for each of these ordinances. Thank you, as always, available for any questions you may have.
Questions for Bryce?
So Bryce, with this, that will give us the authority to basically close down a stand, but is that only during a fire ban, or can we find other cause?
So this change is specific to only when there's a stage 1 or stage 2 fire ban.
Bryce, if you, can we recommend like signage rather than just a flat denial during a stage 1 or 2 fire ban, saying, you know, you understand that we're under a stage 1, 2 fire ban, here's where you find out that information, rather than having an applicant apply, get inventory, and then be told, well, no, you can't do it.
So There is outreach that is done through our police department to clarify these things, but at this point, it hasn't worked. And that's why the proposal right now is to allow them actually to close the fireworks stand.
Is part of that outreach to require signage, or what does that include?
So that is outreach from the police department to the fireworks stands. I'm unaware of a signage requirement or to that at this point.
Some of them did have signage last year that said, please understand that it's a stage 2 fire ban and these aren't allowed in the county, but they continue to sell them.
Sure.
It didn't stop the sale, it just announced that you couldn't
Right.
blow them up.
I'm curious what's driving the need for this. Is it really just residents complaining about it, or?
So it's both residents complaining primarily when they are approached by police or South Metro Fire and told, you're not allowed to light these. Their response is, well, I bought them when there was a fire, when there's a stage 1 or 2 fire in place.
Okay. I guess, I'm just thinking, using the same logic, then would we look at banning the sale of firewood? Or, you know, if someone bought firewood, well, you can't burn that either.
Sure. Right. That's not part of the proposal tonight, but I understand that could be a logical step as well.
Yeah. I think it, maybe there's another alternative to banning the sale, because that could potentially hurt the vendors. Like, in the same.
Well, and it not, you know, I guess my question is it not only hurts the vendors, it hurts what the town has been asking us to do, which is promote, stay local. So if we don't sell them, just right across, you know, either the county line or out of the town of Parker, somebody else is gonna sell them and take away that revenue. And then I struggle, I guess, with this one because I don't know if there can be more discussion with the police department that signage would be required, and you may be fined up to this if you are, but it's, you know, again, it's just like buying a hunting license. You know there are regulations behind when you can and cannot shoot your gun within a time frame. I understand that this is a little different, but it's just outright banning something and banning business in Parker seems
Kim,
a
to
little
give you,
counterintuitive.
to give you a little possible help with this, and I think Bryce can probably help me with this too, is I believe Jefferson County implemented this 2 years ago, this, a like proposal. Now, I understand the demographics of Jefferson County are different because they are in not only flatlands, but foothill lands. But I believe, am I correct, Bryce, in the fact that Jefferson County has a like ordinance on their books now and does enforce it?
So I'm not sure about Jefferson County specifically, but it is my understanding that other jurisdictions have like regulations.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, as a homeowner who has to tolerate stuff that comes from Wyoming, I would like to just eliminate as much possible fire problem as possible in.
We're kind of getting
In our
away from
area.
questions and off into discussion, so let's kind of focus on questions for Bryce. Cover some of the rest of this during.
I have none, I think it's free and clear, and we should move to vote.
Since this is a public hearing, we will open the discussion to public comment. Seeing none, we'll close the public comment. We have further questions for Bryce?
Sir.
No.
All right, then we will close the public hearing at 7:09. Now, planning commissioner discussion. We're just getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Going to this, you know, I think that this is it's a twofold issue. It's not only a fire safety issue, it's a personal safety issue. And it's a matter of, we have a difficult time in this jurisdiction getting our residents to adhere to any laws. So we're going to probably have to go one step farther and at least try and eliminate some of the sale of the product into our residents who are breaking the law during the fire ban. So I will support this.
I also don't think that the majority of these businesses are owned locally. These do come out from other states. They're also manufactured in other states, they're not manufactured here. So I am in favor of that. And there's also a huge safety concern from my perspective as well.
I think my concern would be, I guess, all the unincorporated pockets throughout the town that I think would still be selling fireworks then, and people not realizing they're not in the town. I don't know that this will solve the problem. They'll still purchase them from those and we'll still kind of be in the same place. So I don't know that this would really solve the problem. I think it's well intentioned, but I don't know if this is a solution.
And I tend to agree. I think when you start to ban, I mean, you can take a look at almost anything. And these people, whether they're local or they come in for the 4th of July season typically, they do bring something to Parker. And so Parker is selling them a product. They're selling them a license that they may or may not be able to use. And I think I don't care if you're local or not, you can't run a business when you don't know what's going to be governed by what. And so I think so much of this is up in the air. And when you start to outright ban things, I think there's better solutions, or maybe not solutions, but different ideas. Maybe required signage, not just outreach from the police department, but required signage that says, we are in a fire ban, you can be fined this if you choose to break the law. So, stupidity is, you not knowing something is not, it's not an art, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not something you can defend yourself with. Just because you don't know something, it's not a defense. So I'm not going to support this.
I think that Kelly made a good point with, if you're saying you're banning fireworks because of the fire ban, now you're bringing in the option of Lenard and firewood and other items that might spark a forest fire. I don't think that you can distinguish between the two, to say that you should or should not.
I'll just make a couple comments. From my perspective, I think as I look at this, what I see is maybe a good intent, I believe. But it looks to me like we're trying to solve a big problem with a small answer. And isn't the ultimate problem whether we actually should have fireworks sold in our jurisdiction or not? I think all of us that lived in Colorado for any amount of time, especially this last year, or maybe a couple years ago, see the fires and see what goes on with when you're in a stage 1 and 2 fire ban. There's a reason you're there, and it's a safety issue. Certainly, it's certainly a fire control issue. I really believe it's a big question on whether we should or should not sell fireworks at all. So it seems like this doesn't address what I would consider the larger question. And maybe this is a Band-Aid we need to get to the larger question. Maybe a question to you, Bryce, of does the Planning Commission have the ability to actually make a broader recommendation than this?
So the Planning Commission does have the ability to amend the recommendation. And so it could be varying from they shouldn't be permitted at all to if the process should be reduced to a requirement of certain postings. So the Planning Commission does have options with the ordinance for, I'll call them conditions. And there's wording in the planning commission staff report for that option.
We would also have the ability, since it's, when did you say they applied for these, May?
That's correct.
Yes.
So it's past May.
Right,
Some
so,
have already applied.
yeah, so these would be applied probably next spring sometime for, again, the summer 4th of July season.
So would we also not, would we also have the ability to propose a motion that these two items are, it's continued?
So yes, that is an option that you may
That
choose.
to have staff look at some of the concerns raised by the planning commission and you know, consider with council or whatever, both council and council, you know, the implications of some of what Dwayne said about just, or should we just, you know, ban them altogether? There are municipalities that do that. I know, I grew up in one of those.
Sure. Yeah, so you could continue it, and probably what my recommendation would be is to come back with fire marshal and the police department for enforcement,
Yeah.
so they can have the bigger discussion presentation, if you so choose.
I guess I'll jump in one more time. I really truly believe, having lived here a long time and watched this phenomenon of fireworks in a state that is subject to such fire hazard be carried on in our municipality. I would really like to see somehow, if we have the opportunity through our authority to push this question, I'd like to push the larger question: should we or can we have a discussion around the larger question of a total ban of fireworks in our municipality? So that would be a path I would encourage and support.
Yeah, I think that's, after hearing the discussion going, I think that's an excellent point. I think maybe we can get a motion put together that would so state that we continue this so we come back and have more information and a better outlay, so we have a better understanding of where we're going, and maybe, to Dwayne's point, a total ban of fireworks sold within the town limits.
So if it's continued, I can certainly bring back, again, the experts in the field to have the conversation and the recommendation. I will say that this recommendation did come from those folks, but they can provide more in-depth, obviously, than I can on this issue.
Would we also need Mr. Maloney involved in that, Bryce?
I don't expect so, but because it would be the folks that would be enforcing it, the PD and the fire marshal. Obviously, Mr. Maloney is involved in any one of these ordinances, putting it together, so he would be able to review it in terms of legality.
To make sure that we're not stepping off our authority too far.
Yes.
Further discussion on that idea of continuing. Okay, so I believe it's the last two motions, John. Any more discussion, or is that? It's this one. This one first, and then this one.
Okay. Can I make a
So we have a motion.
I move the planning commission vote to continue ordinance number 3.01.115 to amend section 13.04.210 of the Parker Municipal Code concerning temporary structures and uses.
Second.
It's been moved by John, seconded by Dwayne, that planning commission vote to continue ordinance number 3.01.115 to amend section 13.04.210 of the Parker Municipal Code concerning temporary structures and uses. All those in favor?
Sir, can I ask that you continue to a motion, or to a date certain,
What?
which would be the October 27th meeting?
Okay, just a second. Does John need to restate the motion?
Do I need to restate the motion, Bryce?
You can just add to it.
I'll just add the date of October 7th as a continuation.
27th.
Or 27th as a continuation date.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's September 27th. We're in September.
We're not having a planning meeting that evening, Bryce. We're just
Do
having
that.
we would only have that night. Can we move it out to October to give adequate time?
That would be the October 8th meeting, I think.
Is that October 11th? Okay, to amend that.
Just go ahead and check, Bryce. I mean, if you need
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll, October 11th or other dates selected by Bryce.
Yeah, you have October 11th or 25th, I think. Your standing dates.
So let's do October 11th.
Okay, amend it to date of October 11th for future consideration.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded and amended. All those in favor? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. All right, thank you. All right, next item.
Need a second motion.
Oh, yes, yes, that's right, John, here's the other
Oh,
one.
we got it.
Yeah.
Only cover one of the.
The next motion is, I move that the planning commission vote to continue ordinance number 5.74.2 to amend section 6.06.050 and section 6.06.100 to the Parker Municipal Court concerning unlawful acts and penalties related to stage 1, stage 2 fireworks bans to be heard at the October 11th planning commission meeting.
Second.
Been moved by John, seconded by Dwayne, that planning commission vote to continue ordinance number 5.74.2 to amend section 6.06.050 and section 6.06.100 of the Park Municipal Code concerning unlawful acts and penalties related to stage 1 and stage 2 fire bans to October 11th. All those who are approval signify by yes.
Yes.
All right, next item is 7C, which is an ordinance to amend various sections of the Title V, Section 6.02.020, Section 8.08.010, Section 11.17.020, Section 1313.010 and Section 1313.020 of the Park Municipal Code concerning alcohol beverages and marijuana. Bryce, we will open the public hearing at 7:23.
Thank you, Chair, members of the committee. As noted before you tonight is ordinance number 5.28.23 regarding amendments to the municipal code regarding alcoholic beverages and marijuana. The Colorado General Assembly recently moved numerous sections of Title 12 of the Colorado Revised Statute into the new Title 44 of the Colorado Revised Statutes. Currently, the Parker Municipal Code references Title 12 and not the new Title 44. As a result, Parker needs to update the municipal code prior to October 1st in order to reflect these amendments. Staff recommends, the Planning Commission recommend that Town Council adopt ordinance number 5.28.23. As always, I'm available for any questions you may have.
Questions for Bryce?
Yeah, define art gallery permit for me.
I cannot.
Further questions for Bryce?
No, this is really cut and dry.
All right. Since this is a public hearing, we will open the discussion to public comment. Seeing none, we will close the public comment. Need any further information from Bryce? I'm going to close the public hearing at 7:25 and have commissioner discussion.
This one's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
I'll be supportive.
Yeah, I think it's just to clean up the language that I support.
Yeah, like you told us in there, Bryce, you know, the state law, you gotta follow it. All right, do we have a motion?
So I move the planning commission recommend town council approve ordinance number 5.28.23 to amend various sections of Title 5, Section 6.02.020, Section 8.08.010, Section 11.17.020, Section 13.13.010, and Section 13.13.020 of the Parker Municipal Code concerning alcohol beverages and marijuana.
Second.
It's been moved by Dwayne, seconded by John, that planning commission recommend town council approve ordinance number 5.28.23 to amend various sections of Title 5, Section 6.02.020, Section 8.08.010, Section 11.17.020, Section 13.13.010, Section 13.13.020 of the Parker Municipal Code concerning alcohol beverages and marijuana. All those in favor signify by yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Any other staff items, Bryce?
I know, sir, there are not.
All right, then we will adjourn at 7:26.